some compensation for students behind the scenes of the Copperhead season. Newswatch starts right now. Good evening, I'm Jack Demler. Welcome to Newswatch, your source for news impacting southeastern Ohio. President Joe Biden is visiting Ohio to address troubled pension funding for millions now on the job or retired. Biden's traveled to Cleveland to showcase a final rule to his $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief package from last year. The rule allows troubled multi-company pensions to be made financially whole, ensuring full benefits for 2 to 3 million workers and retirees. This is Biden's sixth visit to Ohio during his term. A preliminary report by the Summit County Medical Examiner shows new details about the fatal shooting of Jalen Walker. The 25-year-old was handcuffed when his body was brought to the coroner's office last week. The report also includes photos that showed tourniquets and bandages attached to Walker. During his visit to Ohio today, Biden said the FBI is working with state and local partners to provide resources. He also says the Justice Department will take appropriate action to the incident based on what the evidence reveals. Authorities say Walker was not armed at the time of his death, but a gun was found in his car. A final autopsy will be turned over to the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigations. Early voting is underway in Ohio for the August 2nd primary. Early in-person voting or voting by mail is now open to determine state legislative races. Ohio Secretary of State Frank LaRose says it goes for the next 4 weeks during evenings and weekend hours. Ohioans already voted on congressional districts in May, but legal battles over redistricting meant legislative races were not set until late May. LaRose says his office has been working with local board of elections on making sure voters have ballots and poll workers.
I'm Peyton Simchek. And in Athens, currently, we are looking at some thunderstorms in the area, so make sure to keep watch for that. We've been experiencing a lot of thunderstorms recently, and they are unfortunately continuing. And we are sitting at 76 degrees, and it is very humid outside, so it might not be too pleasant out there. It's going to feel pretty muggy, so I would keep that in mind. And moving on to our local radar, we are seeing some light to heavy rain moving from the Columbus area into the Athens area. So make sure you're keeping on lookout for that because we are going to be experiencing some more showers. And moving on to our current temperatures, in the Athens area, we are seeing 77 degrees, and in surrounding areas, we are seeing a range of low 70s to high 80s, but we'll see if we're staying in the high 70s in my full weather forecast. Back to you, Jack.
Thanks, Peyton. West Virginia Governor Jim Justice plans to appeal a ruling denying federal assistance for flooding in 3 counties. Justice says the Federal Emergency Management Agency ruled May 6 storm damage was not severe enough to qualify for assistance in Kabul, Putnam, and Roane counties. Several inches of rain flooded streets and disrupted utilities in some places. The governor requested for a disaster declaration, including individual assistance with the possibility of receiving hazard mitigation assistance and small business administration disaster loans. Justice said the state has 30 days to appeal the ruling. West Virginia American Water wants a nearly 5% rate increase for its customers. The Charlotte Gazette Mail reports the utility asked state regulators to approve the upcharge for infrastructure improvements. West Virginia American Water said in its application the rate hike is based on projects and investments totaling just under $49 million. The proposed surcharge would be nearly $3 monthly for average residential use, $13 for commercial, and $337 for industrial use. The company requests for the new rates to go into effect January 1st. Attorneys for Kentucky's 2 abortion clinics are seeking an injunction to block the state's near-total abortion ban. A Louisville judge issued a temporary restraining order blocking the state's abortion ban last week. The clinics are asking Circuit Judge Mitch Perry to issue an injunction request, which would halt the state law while the case is litigated. The two clinics resumed performing abortions after the restraining order was issued by Perry last week. Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron appealed the restraining order to the state's appeals court, but the Kentucky Supreme Court rejected Cameron's appeal last night. Coming up, more information on the victims of the Highland 4th of July shooting and how the United States is snubbing Russia at an international meeting. Those stories and more when Newswatch returns.
On Nova, Universe Revealed.
We're actually going in to touch the sun. What are our cosmic origins?
We share this intimate connection with stars.
Now, our sun won't live forever. It will start to die.
The era of stars will come to an end.
The Age of Stars on Nova.
Wednesday at 9 on WOUB.
This month in Passport on the PBS Video app, your on-demand library for the best of PBS.
This is the point where you reveal I'm not even human.
Wow! Oh my goodness!
Mentally, we're extremely fit. We have this incredible ability to adapt and persevere.
What Ballet Trocadero has done over the years is turned ballet kind of on its head.
These and other shows from your PBS station are available with Passport on the PBS Video app. Download it today.
Next time on Antiques Roadshow, we've got treasures with some of the luckiest tales.
My father won it during World War II in a poker game.
The most drama.
It says sole survivor of Mount Pelée volcano. The volcano was in 1902. It wiped out the entire town of St. Pierre.
And the most intriguing backstories in the country.
Shut the front door, girl.
Tune in to Antiques Roadshow, American Stories.
Monday at 8 on WOUB.
We're on the road for 3 weeks.
This is where the Black Wall Street was.
My parents are part of the massacre.
To follow the Muslim thread woven through the fabric of our country.
Midpoint, what?
Oh, Midpoint.
There is a legendary Muslim here.
This is kind of where you asked me to marry you.
We're taking the Great Muslim American Road Trip.
Tuesday at 10 on WOUB.
More details about the victims killed in the shooting at a July 4th parade in Highland Park, Illinois are being released. The suspect faces 7 counts of first-degree murder charges, and the Lake County State's attorney says more charges could be coming. Chris Wynn shares the stories of the victims and breaks down the information on the suspect.
In Highland Park, Illinois, a community grieves after enduring the unthinkable. 2-year-old Aiden McCarthy, now an orphan following the July 4th parade that killed 7 people, including his parents, Irina and Kevin.
I don't know how they're going to tell him.
Senator Tammy Duckworth says Good Samaritans found Aiden underneath his father, who died at the scene.
I'll never forget, I pulled up and I said, "This is not our kid. It's not his blood. He's okay. What should we do?" And a cop said, "We can't be babysitters now. Can you take care of him?"
The suspect, Robert Cremo III, made his first court appearance Wednesday and now faces 7 counts of first-degree murder. The victims, ranging in age from the 30s to the 80s. Dozens more were injured in the attack.
There are many different charges that we are reviewing with respect to the other individuals who have sadly been injured by this, frankly, who were present on the scene. They were shot at. That may also constitute an attempt murder charge.
Local authorities say the suspect, who is now being held without bond, opened fire from a rooftop as the parade got underway. More than 70 high-velocity rounds were fired with a rifle, similar to an AR-15, according to a spokesperson with the Lake County Major Crime Task Force. Authorities say the suspect contemplated carrying out another attack in Madison, Wisconsin, with another weapon in his car, but ultimately did not go through with that attack. I'm Chris Wynn reporting.
President Joe Biden is awarding the Medal of Honor to 4 Vietnam veterans. Staff Sergeant Edward N. Connie Shiro, Specialist 5 Dwight W. Birdwell, Specialist 5 Dennis M. Fujii, and retired Major John J. Duffy all served in the Army. Connie Shiro, who will receive his medal posthumously, saved his fellow soldiers by enabling his platoon to withdraw from a village while under attack. Birdwell was wounded in a separate battle while saving his tank commander's life, continuing to fight and refusing evacuation until ordered to tend to his wounds. Specialist 5 Dennis M. Fujii will receive his medal for serving abroad a helicopter ambulance during an evacuation mission. He continued fighting for 17 hours while wounded. Major Duffy was wounded twice while battling enemy forces for 2 days in 1972, refusing evacuations and continuing to fight. The Food Drug Administration is revising the emergency use authorization for Paxlovid to allow pharmacists to prescribe it. Since the drug must be taken within 5 days of the onset of symptoms, the FDA hopes the move allows more people to get treated quickly. Officials say it's still recommended most people who test positive see their regular healthcare provider or visit a test-to-treat site. Pharmacists can only write Paxlovid for patients who can show they have been tested for proper kidney and liver function within the past 12 months. Since Paxlovid interacts with many other medications, patients must also provide a detailed list of any drugs they are currently taking. The U.S. plans to snub Russia at an international meeting this week. Amy Kiley reports on the worry that Olympian Brittany Griner, who's on trial in Russia, is caught in the middle.
The U.S. Secretary of State won't be scrambling into place for this week's G20 photo. Yes, Antony Blinken is heading to Indonesia today for the foreign ministers' meeting. But U.S. and European officials say he likely won't go anywhere. He might run into his Russian counterpart. That means no photo ops and absolutely no peace talks.
No conversation about Ukraine without Ukraine.
It's the latest tit-for-tat amid U.S.-Russian tensions. Supporters of WNBA star Brittany Griner say they're worried she's caught in the middle. She's on trial in Russia on drug charges, but the U.S. says she is wrongfully detained.
It is in the Russians' interest to have this be as high profile as possible because they can drive a harder bargain when they want to try to get a hostage released.
Critics say the U.S. should do more to help her.
Let's pretend like it's Tom Brady. Will we have to sign a petition then?
The State Department says it would give the same assistance to any American in her situation.
We are doing everything we can.
But not everyone buys that.
It's a statement about the value of women. It's a statement about the value of a Black person. It's a statement about the value of a gay person.
The White House says President Joe Biden has read a handwritten letter from Griner. In it, she says she's afraid of being stuck in a Russian cell indefinitely.
These places are nothing short of horrible.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Russian President Vladimir Putin is withholding his customary telegram congratulating the U.S. on Independence Day. The White House says President Biden has spoken to the wife of detained WNBA star Brittany Griner. Both the President and Vice President Kamala Harris spoke to Sherelle Griner on the phone today. They reassured her the White House is working to secure Brittany's release from a Russian prison. The president also shared the letter he wrote in response to Brittany's letter earlier this week. In it, Griner asked him not to, quote, forget about me and the other American detainees. Child care services are suffering from staffing problems nationally. Many companies are raising wages, but it has been widely unsuccessful. At least 15,000 programs have closed, with 11% fewer child care workers than pre-pandemic levels, leaving many families with longer wait lists and tuition hikes. The workforce shortages have also been affected. As of May, women's jobs made up nearly 90% of those lost in the pandemic. Robin Williams is sharing details on a disease found during his autopsy. That story's still ahead.
We've had a lot of rain the past couple of days, but will it continue throughout the week? Find out in my full weather forecast.
On Nova, Universe Revealed.
We're actually going in to touch the sun. What are our cosmic origins?
We share this intimate connection with stars.
Now, our sun won't live forever. It will start to die.
The era of stars will come to an end.
The Age of Stars on Nova.
Wednesday at 9 on WOUB.
This is incredible.
On Finding Your Roots,
Comedian Andy Samberg.
This is a great story.
Author Game of Thrones, George R.R. Martin.
That's shocking.
Family Stories.
What are the odds of that?
Turned upside down.
People were pretty good at keeping secrets in those days.
Big time. Ancestors found.
It's finally something my mom gets to know.
And lost.
I'm descended from mystery.
Finding Your Roots.
Tuesday at 8 on WOUB.
In early 2020, frontline workers and families in Wuhan, China, unite to confront an emerging crisis. An intimate portrait of love in a time of uncertainty. Wuhan, Wuhan, on POV.
Monday at 10 on WOUB.
The most special thing about any expedition is going somewhere that nobody ever has before. In over 20 years of doing trips like this is the strongest team I've ever had. The potential for exploration is almost limitless.
Wow, what is that?
It's beautiful.
Welcome to paradise.
That sense of not having any idea of what's going to happen next is utterly remarkable.
Wednesday at 10 on WOUB.
We've been experiencing weather all over the place around here recently, and in Athens today, we're seeing a temperature high of 89 and a low of 68, and we do have a chance of thunderstorms yet again. We've been seeing a lot of this recently. And moving on, we have a slight chance of thunderstorm in the Athens area, and as for the showers and the thunderstorms that we've been experiencing recently, we are seeing a flood watch. So definitely be careful and be on the lookout for that if you're planning on doing anything today. And as for our local radar, we are seeing light to heavy rain moving from the Columbus area into the Athens area. So again, expect some more showers because we have been experiencing a lot of this. And as for our regional radar, we are seeing light to heavy rain everywhere and some cloudy skies, so it is not looking too pleasant out there yet again. Hopefully it will get better soon. And in Athens tonight, we are seeing an overnight low of 68 and yet again, chance of thunderstorms. So make sure that you are planning accordingly to that. The showers will continue. And as for Athens tomorrow, we are seeing a temperature high of 87 and a low of 68 with another chance of thunderstorms yet again. But we are staying in the high 80s, so we still will be experiencing some hot temperatures moving on tomorrow. And as for the rest of our week, we are seeing tomorrow chance of thunderstorms, high of 87, low of 68. And as for Friday, yet again, we are seeing another chance of thunderstorms with a high of 82 and a low of 63. And kicking off our weekend, we have a chance of showers with a high of 82 and a low of 58. So those thunderstorms and showers are continuing, unfortunately. But there is light at the end of the tunnel because on Sunday it is going to be mostly sunny, finally, with a high of 84 and a low of 61. So definitely look forward to that. If you're planning on doing something, Sunday out of all of these days would be your day. And starting off the week on Monday, we are looking again at another mostly sunny day, and it will be a high of 87 with a low of 65. So definitely be looking forward to the start of next week. And moving on to Tuesday, unfortunately, we are back to another chance of thunderstorms with a high of 86 and a low of 65. And on Wednesday, we have another chance of thunderstorms with a high of 85. Back to you, Jack.
Thanks, Peyton. The widow of beloved actor Robin Williams, who died by suicide in 2014, is advocating for a disease she discovered after his autopsy. Mandy Gaither has more on Lewy body dementia and the push by Susan Schneider-Williams to make people more aware.
Before his death, Robin Williams had undergone multiple tests trying to figure out what was wrong. He had been experiencing severe memory, movement, personality, reasoning, sleep, and mood changes.
A few months before he passed, he was given a Parkinson's diagnosis, but that was just the tip of the iceberg.
Williams's widow says an autopsy revealed her late husband had Lewy body dementia, or LBD. It's the second most common type of progressive dementia after Alzheimer's disease, according to the Mayo Clinic, and causes a progressive decline in mental abilities. People with LBD may have visual hallucinations and changes in alertness and attention. They may also have signs of Parkinson's disease like rigid muscles, slow movement, walking difficulty, and tremors.
Right now, there is no highly accurate method or accepted biomarker for diagnosing somebody with Lewy body dementia while they're alive.
Some factors may increase LBD risk, including age. People older than 60 are at higher risk. Sex, the disease strikes more men than women. And family history, anyone with a relative who has LBD or Parkinson's disease is at higher risk. While there's no cure, some symptoms may improve with treatment.
If we'd had an accurate diagnosis, we could have sought specialized care. Robin wouldn't have had to feel so afraid, and we wouldn't have had to waste so much precious time trying to figure out what was going on.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Williams' widow helped establish the Lewy Body Dementia Fund and its $3 million research grant award aimed at finding an accurate biomarker which could help the earlier diagnosis.
Coming up in sports, student interns for the Southern Ohio Copperheads are receiving a new stipend. That story and more when Newswatch returns. And be sure to stay tuned to WOUB. Here's a look at what's coming up on your public television station.
This is incredible.
On Finding Your Roots, comedian Andy Samberg.
This is a great story.
Author Game of Thrones, George R.R. Martin.
That's shocking.
Family Stories.
What are the odds of that?
Turned Upside Down.
People were pretty good at keeping secrets in those days.
Big time. Ancestors Found.
It's finally something my mom gets to know.
And Lost.
I'm descended from mystery.
Finding Your Roots.
Tuesday at 8 on WOUB.
On Nova, Universe Revealed.
We're actually going in to touch the sun. What are our cosmic origins?
We share this intimate connection with stars.
Now, our sun won't live forever. It will start to die.
The era of stars will come to an end.
The Age of Stars on Nova.
Wednesday at 9 on WOUB.
Next time on Antiques Roadshow, we've got treasures with some of the luckiest tales.
My father won it during World War II in a poker game.
The most drama.
It says sole survivor of Mount Pelée volcano. The volcano was in 1902. It wiped out the entire town of St. Pierre.
And the most intriguing backstories in the country.
Shut the front door, girl.
Tune in to Antiques Roadshow, American Stories.
Monday at 8 on WOUB.
In early 2020, frontline workers and families in Wuhan, China, unite to confront an emerging crisis. An intimate portrait of love in a time of uncertainty. Wuhan, Wuhan, on POV.
Monday at 10 on WOUB.
The Southern Ohio Copperheads are not having the best season, but the interns behind the scenes have a reason to celebrate. Jack Demler reports on the new incentive to work in summer collegiate baseball.
Summer collegiate baseball is a special time for Athens, especially for the student interns who run the day-to-day operations of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. The internships have been unpaid until this year. Student directors who've been working since January receive $500, while those working in season receive $250. The stipend is added to 26 students' accounts in the form of a scholarship.
And to get something out of it more than just the experiences, it kind of leaves you speechless almost.
We love sports and we need an internship, but
and $500 sounds pretty cool, so we were all pretty pumped.
The stipends come from a student support fund created by former Ohio University College of Business Development Officer Ryan O'Connor, with backing from donors John and Kelly Katowski.
I know that everyone wants to continue to raise money for this fund, so it's really exciting.
The Copperheads say the funds need support from the community to support future interns creating summer memories in Athens. Reporting for Newswatch, I'm Jack Demler in Athens.
The Copperheads say reaching out to alumni is a big part of growing the Student Development Fund. 5 Southern Ohio Copperheads players are heading to the GLSCL All-Star Game. Joe Steidel is your starting catcher, and Mason Naddenley mans the hot corner for the South All-Stars. Kyle Ratliff is set to be a reserve in the outfield. Luke Borer joins the pitching staff with Daniel Walter. The All-Star Game will take place at Prasco Park in Mason, Ohio on July 12th. An Ohio University alumnus is now a USFL champion. Quentin Poling is a part of the Birmingham Stallions, the team that defeated the Philadelphia Stars 33-30 in the 2022 championship game of the United States Football League. Poling was a part of the Ohio football team from 2014 to 2017. Poling ranks 10th in Bobcat history with 373 tackles in his career. He was a two-team first-time MAC honoree. Baker Mayfield has a new place to call home. The former #1 pick in the Cleveland Browns is heading to the Carolina Panthers in exchange for a conditional 5th-round pick, 2024 pick. The pick could turn into a 4th-round pick down the line. The Panthers start their season home against the Cleveland Browns, so there is a chance Mayfield gets to start against his former team to kick off the season. The Cleveland Guardians' struggles against the Detroit Tigers continue. The Guardians fell to the Tigers 2-8 earlier today. Detroit completes the 4-game series. They won today thanks to a combined effort from 5 different guys on the hill and a potent offense. The Guardians couldn't seem to get much going offensively, leaving 8 men stranded on base. An off day for pitcher Shane Bieber, only going 5.2 innings while allowing 7 hits, 5 earned runs, and walking 3 batters. The Cincinnati Reds are facing off against the New York Mets with a score of 0-0 in the top of the first. Max Scherzer's return to the mound last night was spoiled by the Reds' 1-0 win. The game was scoreless until the 9th inning when Mike Moustakas hit a sacrifice fly to center field that scored Tommy Pham. The series between the two teams is split 1-1, so the game tonight decides the winner of the series. I'm Jacob Mata, and that's it for sports. Back to you, Jack.
Thanks, Jacob. A new roller coaster named Defiance in a Colorado amusement park is the highest looping coaster in the U.S. According to the park, it has the steepest freefall drop in the western U.S. The coaster has 3 cars that sit 8 people each. It's more than 7,000 feet above sea level, which means there are wide-ranging views for passengers, and it can go as fast as 56 miles per hour. The park is planning on unveiling it Saturday.
In Athens tonight, we are looking at an overnight low of 68 degrees and yet again another chance of thunderstorms, so be on the lookout for that this evening. And for tomorrow in Athens, we're looking at a temperature high of 87 and a low of 68 and another chance of thunderstorms. And as for the rest of the week, we're looking at more chance of thunderstorms tomorrow and Friday, and into Saturday, more showers. But luckily, Sunday and Monday, we will be seeing some sunny weather. And for Tuesday and Wednesday, we are back to the thunderstorms. Back to you, Jack.
And that does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. For Peyton Simchek and Jacob Mata, I'm Jack Demler. Stay tuned for the PBS NewsHour coming up next. And remember, you can find the latest news anytime at WOUB.org. Have a great night.
Support comes from Dean Heating and Cooling, keeping homes cool all summer with Tempstar. Dean Heating and Cooling provides HVAC service and installation in the Athens area, featuring Tempstar quality you can feel. Support comes from Goldsberry Wealth Strategies in Athens and Park.